Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. So I'm not sure if you guys have noticed lately, but I've had quite a few breakouts on my cheeks. I know the camera likes to hide them with the current exposure settings, so I'll try and insert a clip of what it looks like in natural light so you guys can get an idea. But I figured this would be the perfect opportunity to show you guys how I cover my spots. So if that sounds like something you guys want to know, just keep watching. Okay, so I just lowered the exposure a bit so you guys can get a better look at the spots. Lovely. So the first thing I like to go in with is the Benefit Professional Primer. This is because I've got a few indents in my skin where I've had pimples, and this sort of helps fill them in. So I'm just going to take a bit on my finger and then work this into my skin. Okay, that was a bit rough. You guys want to do this really gently because I don't know about you guys, but with me, when I get breakouts, my skin tends to go a bit flaky. So if you're rubbing really hard, it's just gonna stir up that flakiness. Now the next step is optional, and I'd only recommend doing this if you find that the redness of your breakouts tends to show through your foundation after an hour or so, and that is to go in with a green concealer. So this one is the LA Girl Pro Conceal High Definition Concealer, and I'm just gonna take some of that on the back of my hand, maybe, if it wants to come out. So the reason why I'd only recommend doing this if you have that redness problem is because the more you add to your skin, the more texture it's going to add and the less it's going to look like skin in the end. So if you don't have an issue with redness showing through, don't do this. So I'm just going to take this on a concealer brush, which is dirty, so I'm going to clean that first. Okay, so I'm just going to take a bit of that green concealer on the concealer brush, and I'm just going to gently pat this on anywhere where there's a lot of redness. So just here. People have started the construction outside again. No! Sorry about that, guys. Okay, so I'm just going to put it on here, and I've got a few red spots on my chin. Now, next step is to go in with foundation. Today I'm going to use the Makeup Forever Ultra HD foundation. I'm in the shade Y365 in case anyone's wondering. So I'm just going to take a few pumps of this on my beauty blender. That's a bit burnt. My bad. And I'm just going to blend this onto my skin. So I know a lot of people like to go in with concealer before foundation. And if you like that, that's fine. I just find that the concealer lasts better if I put it on top of the foundation. But hey, you guys do you. So you just want to blend this in with patting motions so that we don't disturb that green corrector. Now that our foundation's all blended, we can go in with our concealer. So the concealer I'm going to use is the Makeup Forever Full Cover Concealer. Just had a brain fart just then. So this is in the shade 7, and it's going to look lighter on my skin when I first apply it because it's wet, but then once it dries it'll be the same colour as my foundation. So I'm just going to squeeze a bit onto the back of my hand and then take it on that concealer brush, getting rid of any of the green corrector, and then I'm just going to pat that onto any of my blemishes. Just the ones that need that extra bit of coverage. Then I'm just going to give them about 30 seconds to a minute to dry, and then I'm just going to blend out the edges. And as you guys can see, it's now the same color as my foundation. So I'm just going to disappear off camera for a sec and do my highlight, and then we can set everything. So to set the concealer, we just want to take a powder. I like to use the Makeup Forever HD Press Powder in Translucent, and I'm just going to take this on a small brush. Normally I'd use my Real Techniques setting brush for this, but can't find it. So I'm going to use the Sigma Tapered Highlighter F35 brush. That construction is really annoying me. So I'm just going to take some of this on the brush and then pat this on. Then for the rest of my face, I'm just going to take a large powder brush and dust that on. Okay, so I'm just gonna go do my contour, blush, and highlight, and then we'll be back in a second. Oh, and one last tip, I wouldn't recommend putting anything with shimmer in it on top of any bumps, because it's just gonna emphasize those bumps. So if you have bumps on your cheeks like me, yes kitty. So if you have bumps on your cheeks like me, I definitely recommend using products that are matte. Okay, so face is done. Now the final step is to set everything and get rid of any powderiness there might be. So for that, I'm going to use the Urban Decay De-Sleek Makeup Setting Spray. So I'm just going to take some of that and spray it on my face. And as you guys can see, everything's nice and covered. So I hope you guys enjoyed watching. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet. If you guys have any tips and tricks on covering spots that you want to share, feel free to leave me a comment, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys! Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today's video is on makeup brushes, and more specifically, what makeup